This time on Car Guy Diaries, I regret looking for a racing seat. I'm like massively too big. We arrive at Castle Combe on race day and hear Sam's name read out.
11 Sam Tompkins, Honda Civic.
And we have some new theme music, courtesy of Faris Saba on SoundCloud. Oh yeah, and Sam has his first race day at the season opener at Castle Combe. If only there was a way of putting a load of clips together and having that new music over it. Right, you're rolling. Thanks, mate. Wow, that was an exciting clip show. Anyway, for those that follow us on Facebook, Instagram and subscribe to us on YouTube, you'll have seen we arrived at Castle Combe. Once that was done, we headed to the K. Thomas Centre to get signed on. That's Sam, of course, not me, because I can't drive a car to save my life.
Okay, what car number are you at? Number 11. Have you got your licence? Just in the shop.
For any of you that have done this kind of thing before, this bit will be fairly boring. But I've left it in because most of you haven't. And let's face it, this is Sam's first time racing at Castle Combe. So let's enjoy.
Fabulous. Okay, so this is your scrutineering card. Take two, this is scrutiny, yes? You've got a wristband there, one for you and one for each of your mechanics. You must be wearing one yourself, even if you're in full racing gear. Guys on assembly won't let you through otherwise. There's a Mars bar to keep you going and a programme, and I'll take that. And if you're coming back and collect that at the end of the day, hopefully you'll have done well enough to get a signature. Fingers crossed. Do you need any? No. Do you need any stickers for your vehicle?
No.
You're all done. Yeah. Right, wonderful. Right, have a good race.
Lovely, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Signed on.
Exciting times. What do we think then?
Not thinking anything.
He's as calm and as cool as a cucumber. I cannot understand how he does it.
So now I've signed on. Here's I've got to get in my racing kit and go to Scrutineering. Let's see how it goes. I think we can head up to Scrutineering in a minute.
So with sign-on complete and celebrity spotting also ticked off the list, Sam headed to Scrutineering.
I might need to adjust the cable.
It was at this moment Sam knew something was not quite right. Despite the fact it had definitely been checked, double-checked, triple-checked, then removed, refitted and checked again, there was a problem with the battery isolator. No matter how many times we tried, you could pull it and the engine would not stop. The scrutineers checked the rest of the car over, but obviously they informed us something had to be done about the battery cut-off. So we headed back to the pits to get it sorted out. Now would be a really good time for me to thank everyone at Southwest Track Support, our neighbours on the day. They were running a Metro that was in a different class and having their own issues, but they couldn't have been more helpful. As soon as they realised we had a problem, they all flocked round and lent a hand. Thanks again, guys.
You done that? I've done up, yeah.
I've all done up, yeah. So, because we were in too much of a flap to actually record a piece to camera or commentate on what was going on, the basic story goes like this. With the ignition off, using the isolator would actually isolate all electrical systems, not allowing the car to start. But once the engine was running, it would take a feed from the alternator and therefore allow the car to continue running. This was no good for a race scenario, so a quick rewire had to take place. What happened next was that Sam's qualifying session was called half an hour early, which meant fairly quickly we had to get the car back to scrutineering and approved. It did happen, but it didn't do us any favours when it came to how calm Sam was. But here you can see, he got the scrutineering report in the end, and we were allowed to qualify. Back at the pits, and once Sam had managed to take at least 2 breaths of air, we got ready, got his helmet on, got in the car, and we were ready to go. I'll not do any voiceover during qualifying because, well, it's nice to enjoy it. But what I will say is look out for the oil slick, possibly given a clue by a massive load of text I'm going to put over the screen, that did actually bring qualifying to an early close. Anyway, enjoy. What Sam's going to say here is due to the fact the qualifying was cut short, we didn't have a chance to put in a good lap. Good as well.
Do you see the accidents or?
Yeah, so there's just at quarry, just after quarry,
Yeah.
there's a Astra, red Astra GT.
Yeah.
Looked like it just plumes of blue smoke.
Right.
And they had the slippery flag out and pushing us to the inside.
Yeah.
So we obviously couldn't like go out. So your lap time's compromised there anyway.
Yeah.
And as soon as I saw the flag there, I thought I'm not going over there. So
Do you record your lap times or no? Just get 'em.
On a race day, you wouldn't believe this, but Castle Combe do record lap times for qualifying, and Sam had qualified in 15th, so he was going to have a lot of work to do. We do feel as though we could have gone a little bit faster, but with qualifying being cut short, there was nothing more Sam could do. So you're going to have to wait for part 2 to find out exactly what happened. Haha.
So if I get, you could get a good start.
So you know what happened in qualifying, but who does this belong to? Also other questions like, who are these weirdos? And what happened when Sam got the green light? All of this coming up in part 2 of this special episode of Car Guy Diaries.